Hello. Do you want to become an alternative mortician, specializing in natural burial, family-led care of the dead, and new progressive death technologies? Want to learn the easy, fun steps to achieve your goals? Well, stay tuned, and I'll share with you that you can't. There are no easy, fun steps. There are only painful, struggle-filled steps. The title of this video was clickbait. I lied. I lied. This question is hard to answer because I want to be your fairy death mother, making all of your wishes come true with corpse magic. I don't want to be Cruella de Vil, making puppy fur coats from all your hopes and dreams, but we have to have a frank conversation about this. The funeral industry is an industry, a multi-billion-dollar one. Alternative death care and all the things that it stands for, including death positivity, is a movement. Industry, movement. An industry has things like jobs and careers, and a movement has a bunch of stressed out people with no social lives going, "Why? Why did death choose me? Why?" That's a little dramatic. It's actually a very vibrant and exciting community to be a part of right now, but it's still in its early stages. All of my colleagues, whether they run a natural burial ground or own an eco home funeral home or compost dead bodies, they're all self-made women and men. Many of them started in the more conventional funeral industry and then took a leap of faith that there might be a better way of doing things. If you ask these people, "I want to do what you do. How did you do it?" their response is going to be something like, "Step one, a lot of stuff happened, and then I did it. I don't know, there's no template." Caitlin, you're asking, why does it sound like you're trying to drive people away from pursuing this? Don't you want to be a mentor and give rise to this army of new progressive death practitioners that are going to fight for a new way of death? Yes! What are you doing peering into my dreams? I totally want that. But I also don't want to romanticize this work, especially to young people, and promise things that it won't deliver on. What I'm going to tell you are 3 things that the movement really needs and that I hope that you pursue while not sugarcoating the realities. 1. Starting in the more traditional or conventional death industry. Depending on what country you live in, what's required to become a mortician or a funeral director is going to vary. It may involve serving as an apprentice under someone, may involve going to mortuary school, may involve taking a big licensing exam, but even after you jump over all of these hurdles, it might not necessarily be smooth sailing as far as getting a job. Family-owned funeral homes, meaning not corporate, are rarely hiring. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics lists embalming as one of the 15 disappearing middle-class careers. We know young women are entering the funeral industry at an unprecedented rate, but that doesn't mean that it's a safe and welcoming environment for them once they get there. But there are some good points about going this route, the biggest one from my perspective being, do I regret starting in mortuary school and the traditional industry to get where I am today? Not for a second. I don't think I would have been able to open my funeral home if I didn't have the background I had in the industry. There are just so many tips and tricks and bureaucratic BS that you're gonna need, even if you end up offering completely different services to your families. The industry needs change from the inside, just as much as it needs change from the outside. And if you're one of the people willing to work on the inside and wake up every morning to face down your old boss who says things like, "Embalm every single body, no matter what," and "natural burial is a hippie myth," then you know what? You're a warrior, and thank you. Number 2, going straight into a more natural or alternative advocacy. I say advocacy as opposed to career because I want to emphasize again that there is not yet a set path to getting a job here, especially if you're trying to rely on this as your main source of income. I was meeting with someone recently who's a business funding development person, and we were talking about eventually expanding Undertaking LA, bringing it to different markets, giving everyone access to the model. And wow, that's incredible, yes, but I don't even really know what the model is. yet. We're experimenting. It's a nonprofit. We're working with low-income families, helping families take care of their dead. And if you work for me, and the poor funeral director who does will tell you this, you don't really even know what your job is from one day to the next. The other thing that's important to know if you want to do any kind of funeral work is that in your mind you might have this vision of preparing a body for a wake or for a natural burial, and it's so beautiful. Yes, sometimes, and it's the most fulfilling feeling in the world, but many days it just feels like working at the DMV. Death work is a lot of bureaucracy, paperwork, death certificates, advance directives, and if you're in this not to help families but to just hang out with corpses, you're in the wrong business. Number 3, going a different death route entirely. There are so many things we need that are not just more progressive funeral directors. First, there are many end-of-life careers, hospice nurse and pathology assistant, just to name 2, that also need death-positive, progressive people in them. We need advocates, both online and on the ground in your community. Activism is a big ask. I know that advocacy is not always a safe place. I know that the internet is not always a safe place. But if you feel like you can handle it, it allows you to be as involved as you can be, given the other responsibilities in your life. We need people willing to find and tackle big projects. Where's the website with info on how LGBTQ people, especially trans people, can protect their post-mortem rights in every state and country? Where's the nonprofit that goes to all the hospices in town and trains them on how to give good information to their families on home funerals? Where's the photo project recreating death rituals from the past 1,000 years? Oh, so many things! So many things. Anyway, I hope this doesn't kill all your dreams. As I said before, I'm not trying to discourage you. We need you, but I am trying to discourage the people that think this fight is going to be easy or quick. It's not. We'll just be here, doing this work. Thank you to everyone who is already doing this work at any level. You yourself know that it's a calling, and I couldn't talk you out of it if I tried. Which I'm not trying to. Stop putting that, no! I'm being honest. Stop. Brought to you with support from People's Memorial Association and the Co-op Funeral Home, and donations from viewers like you.